Welcome once again. My name is Teacher Max, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to speak English freely and be able to express yourself in a very open way, really regardless of whether you're male or female, whether you are a beginner or advanced English speaker, regardless of your nationality. The aim here is to teach you how to be able to express yourself freely. We're not going to be focusing on grammar, focusing on how to really speak fluently. All right. On my last episode, I really spoke about the first step, which is why. Why are you learning English? And that leads us to the second step of what we're going to be talking about today. The second step that you need to do is commit. Commit is an action. Commitment is an action. You know, um, when you drive to the mall and you find a parking, you don't look for another one. You park and then you don't look for another one and you go. You've committed to that parking. That's commitment. It's deciding that you're going to do something and not looking at anything else, focusing on anything that's going to improve on what you want to achieve. And that is commitment. Now, for me personally, I believe commitment happens when you invest time, energy, resources. And what do I mean by resources? Money, usually. Um, Usually, when you don't put money into something, your own money into something, you don't take it as seriously because you don't appreciate it. When you put your money, oh my gosh, you will definitely appreciate it. So, time is really important because you need to put in the time. If you're gonna do something, I just recently started exercising. I've committed to myself that I'm gonna be exercising no less than one time a day. You know, for the next 90 days, I'm gonna be exercising every single day. And that's the commitment I made. Some days I actually exercise twice a day, morning and afternoon. I'm not a morning person, so I can always depend on afternoon. But the aim is that I've decided, I've created the time for me to do that. And then the second one is the energy. I could show up to actually exercise and not put 100%. And that does nothing. I have to give energy to that. And then resources, what do I mean by that? I need to, at some point, be able to change what I eat, and I need to, buy healthier food. And so in English, it's the same. You need to first create time to actually study and practice speaking. That's the first thing. You know, chances of you watching this, you've probably read in English your whole life. You've been taught how to read, you've been taught how to listen, you watch a lot of TV programs, and you know how to write because maybe some of the exercises were essays. But the most important skill, which is speaking, you are never taught or encouraged to practice. So it's important now to create time to practice and speak. You could do what I'm doing now, put a camera and watch and speak, and then watch yourself. That is a true reflection of how you are speaking. So time, really important. Energy, when you are actually doing it, make sure your focus is here, not somewhere else, and it's really pointless. You put in the time, but you don't put in the energy, the focus, the dedication. You're just wasting your time. And at some point, if you really want to take it to the next level, put money, get a private tutor, someone who is going to really hold you accountable and make sure that you are actually going to go through this. And sometimes it's really important that you get someone who's going to hold you accountable, because if you're anything like me, I fall off the wagon. you know and you can either give up, but then if you're like me, 2 3 days later you're gonna wake up and realize, okay, I need to recommit. Now this is by far the hardest thing, recommitting, because usually when you've started something and you've given up, you don't want to do it again because you know you're going to give up again. But this is really important. You need to recommit and understand that life will always get in the way, and you mustn't let it get in your way. If you fall down, just wake up, dust yourself as hard as it is, show up again. Recommit. Recommit until it sticks, because it might not stick. Maybe you're not at that stage in your life, maybe you're going through a rough patch, but then you might get to a point where it sticks, you know, and then you really make the progression that you really need, that you really need. So it's really really important. And one final thing about commitment: when you are committed, it's really important for you to be target driven. Have a target. So if, let's say, we're going to talk about you learning verb tenses, you want to be able to master how to, speak in past tense. Focus on past tense for just 1 week, and not focus on other thing. That's a target. You're just focusing on that specific target. It's really important. You go deep on one subject instead of trying to do so many things in one go. Focus and go deep on it. Then the second one is going to be the hardest one, which is you need to have courage in the process, because I've come across students who make so good progress, but life happens. Someone in the family gets sick. It's just so hard for them to get back onto the wheel, because they see so many people making so much progress. You're gonna need courage for this process. Courage is probably being brave enough, being able to do something even when you are scared and when you don't want to. You're gonna need courage for this process, because you're gonna be constantly recommitting. And that's just part of being human, part of life. You have to accept it. You're not perfect, and this is what I need you guys to accept: that in this journey you're gonna have to recommit, but do not give up. That is what I'm asking you to do. Not give. All right, otherwise we're gonna this once you've gotten this process, we're gonna talk about the next one, which is practice. All right, thank you so much.